Excellent rod. It's 78% graphite and 78% graphite and 22% fiberglass. But to catch whiting, you need a rod which is a very slow taper. You will not catch whiting with a fast tapered rod because you've got to give them a chance to get the bait and run with it. Now, to catch whiting, it's easy. To catch big whiting, it's hard. This is what I'm going to show you later on, why I do so well at catching big whiting. As you can see, the tape of the rod, right, very, very slow taper, allows the fish to run with it, and it's also very, very thin. On every rod, you also see one small thing with it, a line class. That's the manufacturer's responsibility to advise you what the rod is built for. So if this rod's got 2 to 5 kilo on it, this is what the manufacturer recommends you to use, 2 to 5 kilo. There's nothing stopping you, right, from using 10 kilo on it. But if it breaks or doesn't do the job the way you want it to do, then you understand why. So that's the reason why. As I said, this is a small but very, very important thing. Now, a lot of people say, why 2-piece rods? Years ago, I've got 80, 90 rods at home. I've probably got 2 or 3-piece rods, right? Years ago, everyone used to use a 1-piece rod. The way the things have changed now, 2-piece rod just because of 1 piece. But look for something very stupid, but very, very simple. Instead of having, this is your female side, this is the male side. When you buy a rod, make sure that you buy the top side, which is the female going into the male. The luminous rod, and it's got the long handle. Once again, this rod was a 7-foot rod, now 7'6". This is the extra balance that I want for it. And also, notice, this is a very, very fast tapered rod. It's there basically for you to be the boss and tell the fish what you want it to do, not the fish tell you what to do. As I said, especially if you're fishing competition fishing and you've got a lot of time to muck around, you really need that experience and that power and that quickness to get those fishing as soon as possible. As I said, this rod here is rated 2 to 6 pound, which, because it's made in the US and they still go to 2 to 6 pounds, so it's 1 to 3 kilo rod. Excellent fast tapered rod, and you can see it straight down here, it starts to taper off here, and basically very direct. And it's also out of graphite, 100% graphite, which is a lot lighter, a lot stronger, but it's also very, very easy to break. And you do have to be very, very careful when you're playing with graphite, just not to throw it anywhere as you would with a composite rod. So, any questions on that while we're going to it? This is a flatted rod, right? It's 5 to 8 kilo rod. Once again, it's graphite. And the reason why I use graphite, because it's more direct, more light, it's more balances properly. The tip of it, it's a medium taper, it's not a fast taper. So flatties, I don't think you need to have really fast tapered rods. A medium taper will do the job very well. Right, and it's very simple. Once again, you probably notice in all my rods, how the bottom is a fair long handle, not a short handle. It balances just perfectly for you, and it's got to fit your hands the way you are. Whether you're spinning, right, whether you're using hard, soft body lures and the likes, it has to be balanced. That is so important. All of my rods are very much balanced. If they're not balanced, after an hour or so, you're going to feel the weight. Simple as that. And this is a very old rod of mine, but still one of the best. It's an ugly stick. This rod here actually was made in Australia, and I think it used to be all the rage a few years ago. Once again, I use this as my Dewey rod. I've actually got 8 kilo line on that, right? It's also a pretty fast tapered rod, but you can't get these rods anymore in Australia, not as good as this. And as you can see, this is a very, very small bait runner, right? Doesn't matter the brand so much, but the reason why I use bait runners, you can use them for plastics if you're casting hard body or if you're using bait, it doesn't matter. What the bait runner does, allows the fish to run with it, take the bait, and then you don't do anything because I probably go through a box hook session every time I go out because I use bait runners, right? And that is so important because it allows the fish to run with it. But what I also do with it, whenever I'm fishing for whiting, I'll explain to you why, I always cast on the side of the boat. It is so important and I allow the current to take the bait and work its way around. So I'm doing it like that. Right, I'm here, I'm casting this side, and I'm allowed to come around there. Once it comes to around there, right, then I wind it back up again, right, and cast again. So I'm always covering that ground. If you've got a mate with you on the boat, so naturally you're going to cover all that area. So when you're fishing for whiting, and this is my whiting rod, you do have to keep that boat moving all the time. You've got to use the right thing according, and you've got to use the right line. Okay, so as I say, okay, bottom gravity works with the top knob, and that one there. Adjusting your knob, if you like, allows your bait runner just to perform the bait, move around the way at the speed you would like it. So in other words, you don't want a bait that's going to move around too fast, you want a bait that's going to cover ground at the right speed. I even use a bait runner outside, right? I used it on Tuesday, and all I was doing, basically had the bait runner on when the bait was drifting, so I had the, all right, I lost stuff, it doesn't sink us, so what, but I caught more fish than everybody else. Reason being, when you're offshore, you've got the bait runner on, you've got to be on that flood all the time, you've got to feel the flood all the time. If you want to catch snapper, you'll fish very, very slack. If you want to catch mowies, right, you'll hang on to your lines. There's only one bait to get, and that's the bait you get yourself. Pretty useless going fishing for whiting, right, unless you've got live bait. Right, I only use live bloodworms or live nippers. Right, depending on the area, this time of year, right, also, that's a good question, because the first thing I do is when I get a whiting, I look at the contents of the stomach. And at times, if it's full of nippers, I know they're on the tube. Simple as that. And then from fishing over a particular type of bottom for whiting, then if I see there's a lot of holes on the ground, I know there's a nipper colony, so I would use nippers, right? But I look for the smallest nipper going around. And the best way to pick nippers is just to get a little foam box, right? Put a bit of seawater in it, put only a small amount of nippers in it, and just get a bottle of Coke, fill it up with water, ice it, and put it into that container, put a lid on it. Leave your nippers in there, and nippers will go to sleep, and in the morning or late in the day when they wake up, they'll take an hour or so to wake up, you can go and use them. You can keep them. You can't do that with bloodworms. With bloodworms, the best way to go about it is you get a bottle of Coke, you fill it 3/4 with water, you put your bloodworms inside, you fill the water right up to the top, then put it level like that, and on pick it, the bloodworms will stay alive in there for 15 to 17 hours. And that's a good question. I like using a 4 kilo line, right? I use fluorocarbon trace, right? And the line fluorocarbon I use is called shooter, right? Which is a camouflage fluorocarbon. It's actually yellow and brown and extremely thin. I only use 4 pound, right? 4 pound, which is 0.165 of a mil. Right, and that's very, very important. Now, you can't use fluorocarbon at all times. There are certain conditions where you can't use fluorocarbon. And this one here is excellent, superb, it's got great knot strength. I'm actually going to give it away. It's about 30 bucks, right? But it's worth every penny of it because you will catch fish that like next to you, you're driving mad, you won't catch anything. Simple as that. Now, fluorocarbon, what the fluorocarbon does, under a microscope, this is what the fluorocarbon looks like. Right, and what happens is the water goes through there, that line, it comes out this side. That's your fluorocarbon. So in other words, your fluorocarbon leader that you're using becomes the same colour as the water. So how the hell has the fish got no chance whatsoever to see exactly. So you can appreciate the leader. The same thing applies for offshore fishing. You've got to use fluorocarbon leaders there as well. The only time you don't use fluorocarbon leaders is after a bit of rain or when you've had rain. Because what happens is, if you can appreciate the water there is a little bit discoloured, right? Then what happens is your line becomes discoloured as well. So instead of being clear, it becomes the same colour as the water. So if your water's brown, then your bloody fluorocarbon is brown as well. So this is what's going to happen to your fluorocarbon. And the way you can see it when it's not working is when you're winding it on your reel, instead of being clear, it becomes brown because your water's brown. So you don't use fluorocarbon under those conditions. You only use the fluorocarbon when the water's reasonably clean, or you're fishing for trout, or you're fishing outside. Simple as that. Does that answer the question? Yeah, all good.
What do you use when you
Monofilament. What do you use? You use that Cyclone B, but down to a 1.7 kg, right, which is 0.165 of a mil. There's your answer there. Yep.
Yeah, what's an ideal length of lead for
Okay, there's a formula for that. I'll do it now for you. Running sinker, size 6, crane swivel, black. Right, sinker, your trace, and your hooks. Right, the formula is very, very simple, and it does work. First and foremost, as I say, your crane swivel's here, and you've got to have a little red bead there. What's the red bead for?
tractor.
No, it's not for a tractor. Try again.
So they're not.
You don't answer that question, Laurie. You don't answer that question.
That's what he said.
What's a red bead for? Behind the swivel.
Secret from the swivel.
Sorry?
Stop the jam it onto the swivel.
One of them? Yeah, keep going.
Stop the secret heat in the swivel.
Okay, I'll tell you what it's for. Okay, this red bead there is to minimise any noise that your sinker goes against the swivel. And believe it or not, that travels against the line, right? Okay, and the fish can hear it and they won't bite. Okay, so if you're using a size 2, right, your trace will be 1 metre. Right, there's your hook. Size 4 Aberdeen. They're the hooks you want. You want to write all this thing down. It's very, very important. The reason why we use Aberdeen is because they don't kill the worm, is because they don't kill the nerves in the worm, and they're fantastic hooks. They're straight hooks. They don't twist your line. Okay, so as you can see, using size 3, you've got 1.28 metres. Size 4, you've got 1.5 metres. Size 5, 1.7 metres. And size 6, 1.8 metres. That's the formula for your sinkers. Your ball sinker running onto a swivel and the hook. So there's your trace. Aren't you going to ask me the obvious question, why? 9 times out of 10 people will ask that question. There's a reason why.
Trace sits up.
Sorry?
Sinker sits and trace sits up.
What did I show you before when I was using the bait runner? You need that movement. Right. What happens is if you put a size 6 here and you put it on there, the fish will pick it up and will feel the weight and will drop it. By fishing with this method and this formula, the fish will pick your bait up and run with it, right, and won't feel any weight. So that's why you use it, according to that. What happens is the fish will take the bait, will run with it, and once he feels the weight, it's too late because he's got it down his backside. Simple as that. Okay, size 4 Aberdeen hooks, right, they are excellent. If you're using nippers for bait, which you are, right, stick to the Gamakatsu 92647. They are the best.
That long shank?
Yep, yep, 92647.
Very thin gauge, are they?
They are a thin gauge, they're a black hook, and they've got 2 little barbs on them. What that does, it stops the nippers from coming in. And it works really, really well, is the circle hooks, they do well, they do particularly well. But with the circle hooks, they're mainly used off a beach. And we're talking about estuary here, off a beach, because you've got a bit of run there in the water all the time. It doesn't work for you, and the fish bite a different way in the surf than they do bite in an estuary. Simple as that. Look, if you're going to fish for whiting, and really the best time to fish for them is 2 nights prior to the full moon. Right? That is the best time by panels and fencing. Simple as that. And one night after the full moon. Works for those 4 species that I mentioned earlier. 1, 2, and 3 nights prior to the new moon will also give you about an 80 to an 80% chance of fish bites. You can get all those apps which tell you when the fish are best to bite. Right? It's taken me years to work all this out.
What about the tide? Right?
You say
I'm coming to it. Okay, look, the Saluna table matrix, you can get that. You can just get the apps on it. But if you write these things down, you just can't go wrong. It's very important. And look, when to fish, right? So it's as simple as that. When to fish, it's so important, right? As you can appreciate, these are the tides that we work by. These are neat tides. Okay, that's the bottom. And that's the top of the tide. Neat tides is when your bottom of the tide is at its highest and your top of the tide is at its lowest. So assuming that's 2 metres and assuming that's 0, assuming that's say 20 centimetres and assuming that's 80 centimetres. So you can appreciate the difference there is on neat tides. Now these neat tides occur on the 1st and quarter of the moon. Simple as that, 2 or 3 days before. Right, so you really, what you've got there, you've only got a 60 centimetres variance between the bottom of the tide and the top of the tide. They are your tides where your burley works the best, like panels of fencing, once again, works really, really well. And they are your tides, right, that for you to fish around pylons and around bridges, because then the water will be at its slowest, and when the fish will be in those areas. It's as simple as that. But it's very, very, very important. So you've got bridge channels, entrances, structures. When you've got those fast moving tides, the best place to fish, right, is definitely on the sand flats or on the edge of the sand flats, because what happens is, when you've got those big tides, normally a fisher wouldn't be allowed to go on top of them because you'd have sand on there. But when having those big tides on it, gives you enough water for the fish to just be on top of those tides. Water being so low allows you to use less weight than you normally would. So you're getting more and more and more and more and more movement. So, as I said, the best time to fish, right, I gave you the dates and also the tide as well. And look, this time of year, the fish tend to be in the water a little bit deeper than what it normally is. So that's something that you need to look at. You need this type of bottom to catch whiting. Right, this is the sort of bottom that I look for when I'm fishing for big whiting. Not any type of whiting, big whiting. They are cockle beds. Right, this time of year, the whiting go into this cockle bed, they go into the nipper hole, and vertically, they stick their nose into it and suck the nippers. Simple as that. So, okay, so you use nippers. It's no use going into a flat, right? You need that type of bottom. You won't catch big whiting unless you've got that type of bottom. Understood? So they are the cockle bed on a salmon. The next bottom. Okay, wheat corridors. There's your wheat patches there. There's your sand there. What happens is, you're casting, you're on the weed, you cast into the sand, and this is where you'll find your whiting in there. That's where they'll be. You need that type of bottom to catch those fish. If you haven't got that type of bottom, you're wasting your time. Same type of bottom for floated. On a sand flat, then this time of year, you will look for this type of bottom like that. And you anchor here, and you'll cast down on that. That's where the fish will be. Very important. These are very, very, very important drawings. If you haven't got a sound, it makes it so hard. They're the three things you've got to look for. Also the deeper water, and you just got to remember this, at the moment, right, if you're fishing any of those areas there, the whiting will push, or they have pushed out the brim. You won't find a lot of brim in those areas. Because
I'm a little bit of a whiting freak, and I've got a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. In days gone by, you'd go out with your 15-foot rod and your big algae reel, and you'd cast over the first line of breakers, the second, because you think they're going to be bigger further out. And then it tweaked, then a little flick rod, and at my toes. Could you just explain where you're going to find the whiting on the beach?
on the beach? Yep. Good question. First and foremost, the biggest mistake that people make, they go out there, Tom, Dick, Harry, they go out there and they'll get nothing. Okay, first question. If I'm fishing a beach, the first thing I would do, this is your beach, right? If it's a well-known, it has to be a well-known beach with a cash whiting, right? That's very, very important, because if a beach is not a well-known beach, right, then you won't get it. Simple as that, right? That's the first question I would ask. The second thing I would do, I would go there in the low tide. I would go there in the low tide and just have a look what the beach is like. Third, I probably would ask the service station there or any of the local gurus in the area from a club how they're going. That's very, very important. Right. Fourthly, I would probably... The fourth thing I would do, I would go there and I'd go and get myself some beach worms. Without the beach worms, you're wasting your time. That's the way I see it, fishing for whiting. Secondly, the second thing I would look for would be pippies. And you always get your pippies on the edge of the water, and likewise you can get your beach worm with your fingers. That's probably the best way to do it, or otherwise you can get an algae. Most people go out on the beach As I said, this will be Tom, this will be Dick. And they're having little tinnies of beer there and they're talking to each other. It doesn't work like that, right? You won't catch fish. What you need to do is Dick to fish here, Tom to fish here, Harry to fish here, and say John to fish here. But between them, you need at least 100 metres apart, because Dick will cast this way and Tom will cast that way. So in other words, this is the way you're going to cast on a beach for the whiting. So what the name of the game is, for you, if there's 2 or 3 people, right, you're actually going to cover a space of 400 metres. But that won't happen because you want to be talking to your mate and say, oh, what are you drinking, VB or you know, Reese's or whatever. Right, it won't happen. That's the first thing. That's very important. So you really need to have a little bit of space between each other. That's so important. And secondly, right, you need to find out where the gutters are on that beach. So that's why you're out there in the low tide. So assuming there are gutters here, that's the area you'll be concentrating where the gutters are there, because that's where the fish, that's where the whiting are there in the low tide. Right, and then the most important thing, you need to vary your cast. There's no need to have a big, long 12-foot rod when you're casting for whiting. You only need anywhere up to, say, 8, 9, 10 feet. It's fine, providing it's got a light tip and it will do the job. But what you normally do is, and I'll draw a little bit of a, okay, I don't know whether you understand that or not. You need to cast on either side of you, and these are the areas that you first cast off, until you find where the fish are. And once you find where the fish are, then you'll know that's the area to pepper. So you're not just going to cast anywhere, right? You've got to cast out and slowly retrieve and stop. Slowly retrieve and stop until you find the fish. You don't hold your rod up like that, but you hold your rod level to the water. Okay, we're talking about the beach here. So as you can appreciate, and then when you find those whiting, then you can call Tom, Dick and Harry and say, right, you can cast in that area while I fish in that area until you find them. Because you'll catch 10 times more whiting at night than during the day. Trust me. And I would go near a sand flat here and I'd fish right on that edge in 3.4 to 5 to 4 metres of water. And that's where the fish will be. And I'll look at that bottom. They'll be there.
Whereabouts in relation to the shore break?
Just explain the gutter and the hole and the distance that you're looking for as a general rule from the shore.
This is the gutter. Okay, no more from here, no more than the gentleman there in the blue. So it's only 10, 15 metres. That's where you'll get your fish. But it's so important to only use, if you're going to fish the beach, if you're going to use a running sinker, only use no more than 15 inches. That is so important. Now, I'm trying to convert 15 inches, but I'm still the old school. Okay, so no more than that if you're going to fish there. Beg yours? Yeah, 45 cm. And like that, look, all this crap about the tubing, fine. If you want to catch small whiting, use the tubing. If you want to catch big whiting, you don't use the tubing. A good rig, you've got your swivel here, and you've got a small running sinker, you've got a bead there, right, and you've got a small swivel, is to have a hook here, but you haven't seen that before, running through there to there. Right, what it means, so you've got one hook here, and you've got the other hook, which just keeps on moving between your red bead and your swivel. You won't find that anywhere. This is the first here for this club.
That's not tied, that just runs along the line.
Just loose.
Yeah.
What it does, that is actually the hole attracted to it. Right? It is not uncommon to pick up two whiting like that. Because whiting are a stupid fish in many ways. When you catch one, the other one follows it. So
Okay, this is the final bit.
As a keeper, too.
sorry?
I've used them as a keeper.
Just, yeah, slightly hook. Yeah, size 4 long shank Oceania.
This is the final bit. So here I am. I've gone out the beach. I know how far to cast. There's a gutter here. Do I fish here, taking out the gutter, or there's a hole here, and there's a big drop off, and there's a deep hole where there's not a lot of grey. Sometimes you'll find the hole here.
Yep.
So where would you fish for best results?
I wouldn't, definitely not fishing that hole.
Right.
Right, I would be fishing more in the gutter. The reason why, and you answered yourself before with it, the reason being, in the gutter, going in there, you're going to have a flow through. In the hole, you won't have any flow through. And that's the reason why you won't get them there.
I know up in Queensland, what we do is we walk out to about our waist, and then you chuck into here, and then it just carries out. Dolphin Point's the same down Ulladulla. You've got the headland, and then the creek or runs out, the lake runs out, and you walk out, and you cast on the end where the channel is just opening up, and you get magnificent fish.
Fishing here, right, where I would find the whiting in the brim. Okay, looking across here, the other side, I would definitely fish from the run-up tide, 150%. Definitely, 150% fish from that side. And when I run out tide, I fish on this side. And I'll talk to you why later. And come on this side, you cast out here on the run out side, because looking at the environment, the fish, when they're going to come in here, they're going to run up the tide, into the estuary, on that side there, the southern side. You always fish the southern side of the river in the dark, and the north side of the river in the daylight. Always. Because that's where the fish bite. Then you've learned something.